Chapter 2. Talent is overrated, systems are not. For a long time, I believed talent was the deciding factor. The most gifted would rise. The naturally confident would lead. The physically dominant would win. That belief didn't come from arrogance, it came from observation. And yet, over time, the evidence kept contradicting it. The talent trap. Talent creates early wins. That's the problem. Early success builds a dangerous illusion that effort is optional. That preparation can be improvised. That showing up late, skipping reps, or cutting corners won't matter. It always does. I've watched highly talented people stall for years, waiting for motivation to return. Meanwhile, average performers with structure quietly passed them. Not because they were better, but because they were reliable. What actually sustains progress? Talent gets attention. Systems get results. A system doesn't ask how you feel. It doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait for confidence. It runs. When my life became unpredictable, irregular work, uncertain income, long gaps between opportunities, one learned quickly that motivation couldn't be trusted. So I stopped relying on it. I built routines that worked even when everything else didn't, removing emotion from execution. The biggest breakthrough I ever made wasn't physical. It was procedural. I stopped asking, do I feel like training today? And replaced it with, what does the system say? Training was scheduled. Study blocks were fixed. Preparation became automatic. Emotion was removed from the decision. This single shift saved years of wasted effort. Why willpower always fails? Willpower is a limited resource. It drains under stress. It collapses under fatigue. It disappears when life gets difficult. Relying on willpower is like relying on luck. You might win occasionally, but you can't build a life on it. Systems exist to protect you from your weaker moments. They are not restrictive. They are liberating. My advantage was never talent. I wasn't the tallest. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the most obvious choice. What I did have was consistency. I showed up prepared. I trained when no one was watching. I treated small opportunities with respect. Over time, that reputation compounded. People don't trust talent. They trust patterns. Designing a simple system. A system doesn't need to be complex. It needs to be repeatable. At its simplest, a system answers 3 questions. When does the action happen? Where does it happen? What is the minimum standard? That's it. Anything more becomes friction. Discipline is not harsh. It's kind. Discipline has a reputation problem. People see it as rigid, punitive, joyless. In reality, discipline removes anxiety. When you know what must be done, and when mental noise disappears, confidence grows. Not from hype, but from proof. The shift. Talent is unpredictable. Systems are dependable. In the discipline economy, the future belongs to those who design their lives to run even when motivation is gone. In the next chapter, we'll look at why most people fail, not because they lack discipline, but because they misunderstand how it's formed in the first place.